Hey everyone, coinmetallurgist here. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to review a product for you all. You may recall a couple years ago I made a video reviewing this pluggable USB 2 digital microscope. It's a great product. That video has done really well, and it's a product I've used and others have used. And I have a slightly different product that I want to show for you all today. This is an Andonstar digital microscope. This is a little bit bigger unit than that previous one reviewed. And the main difference here is that this product comes self-contained. It's got its own little monitor here. It's got a remote. It doesn't need to be plugged into a computer to work. This product was provided to me by the manufacturer for free, and so I'm reviewing this product for them, and I will provide a link for you all to the Amazon listing for this product. I saw that it's available both on Amazon and AliExpress. Amazon's what I'm more familiar with. That will be an Amazon affiliate link in the description. But I want to get into this and kind of give you guys my thoughts on this this digital microscope. So to start off, I want to talk about kind of materials of construction, like what's it made out of. Both the base and the stand behind appear to me that are probably made out of aluminum with surface coating. You got a black coating on this and a silver coating on that. These are the lights. These LED lights are well constructed, nice bendable material. They stay where you want to keep them. Nothing special about the power cord. The remote is probably on the cheaper side, but I think all kind of TV remotes, it's very similar to what I'd expect from a remote for a TV or like a Roku. And pretty incredible to have a remote for your digital microscope. The housing to the monitor is of course plastic, so you're not going to want to drop that, but it seems well constructed, well put together. A couple observations I'd make just right off the bat. Looking through the camera to this, it looks brighter than it really is. Me looking at the screen, it's not quite as bright, but I'm also have the brightness all the way up right now because I want to run through kind of the range of brightness for you all, and then I also want to kind of run through the field of view for you all, and I want to give you a good idea of what the capabilities of this are. So first off, it uses a micro SD card that you put right back in here for it to be able to record either photos or videos actually, and it has some buttons right here, like a power button, modes, like an up and down arrow, an OK, and a picture photo button. And getting a few extra coins out here that I want to show you all with this. Some Spanish coins. But anyways, the actual microscope piece is under this little lens cover. You can see that. I'll turn those lights off there so you can see that better. So there's, I think, 8 LED lights around the microscope lens. And that is one of the observations that I would make, is that this really is a microscope. If you're looking for something to take macro images of like what you're seeing, this 1 cent coin right now, this isn't going to work out great. This is for looking at really fine details, small things that you can't see with your eyes, so you don't have to strain your eyes and so you don't have to use a loupe to see details on a coin. Right now I have this as far up as it can go in its motion, as far as being able to keep it on the stand, and we do have the UV filter on. I have these LED lights on all the way up, and the external LED lights on all the way up, all focused on the penny right now. It kind of auto adjusts, so you'll see if I first, let's turn the brightness down on the external lights. We can do that with the little fob that's on the cord. So you'll see the brightness is turning down, so that's with it all the way down. And that actually looks really good to me. Of course, it still looks too bright through the camera. So we can also turn the brightness down here. And that's all the way off. To turn these lights all the way off, which I think sometimes when you're looking at coins, you'll want these all the way off because you don't need a lot of light. You have to unplug it from the back. And you'll see this kind of auto adjusts. And if we just use this light, we can get a pretty good image of this 1 cent coin. Now, like I said, this is all the way moved up on the frame as it can, and you can see the 1 cent coin fits in the field of view. This 5 cent coin is just about the full field of view. You see that down there? And then I have a 2 cent coin to show you. The 2 cent coin's a little bit larger than the field of view vertically. And so that gives you an idea of kind of the field of view, the maximum field of view. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to move these lights back out of the way. And I'm going to bring this down, and we're going to try to focus way in on small details on the coin. As we go down, we're going to have to focus. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, there's a UV filter on the front of the lens that's screwed in. So depending on what you're looking at, you may or may not want that. In my opinion, what this device, this microscope is really designed for, and like the ideal for, is for printed circuit boards. If you're trying to look at really tiny pieces on printed circuit boards and even solder on them, you would want that UV filter to kind of protect your microscope lens when you're soldering. So you can see that we are closer, but I'm going to get way far down in on the cent coin. Focus again, other way. I'm going to move it a little bit to the side. We're going to focus on just the very tip of the wheat. The motion is kind of a little bit more clunky on the way down. It's the gears are more smooth on the way up. Keep this focused. Okay. So when you get really close down here, it's kind of hard to reach in there and move the coin. Now we could take our lens cover off if we wanted to be able to reach our fingers in there a little bit better. Of course, with the lens cover off, we need to be real careful not to hit the lens onto the table. Now, you see I took two pieces off. I took the clear piece, this is the lens cover, and that black piece is that UV filter I was talking about. This was quite easy to assemble. There were two screws to put in to assemble kind of the rack onto the base. It is kind of difficult to do with holding the camera with one hand. Okay, right there. I'm going to try to get that focused. I'm going to lock the motion on our guy back there. All right, I'm going to move this 1 cent coin so we can look at kind of just the top, or the top of the wheat here. You can see really fine details on that. Now, on this 1 cent coin specifically, I don't think there's any reason why you would want to look at this fine a detail. And of course, again, we can take videos. I believe it can actually even record audio while we do that, and it has a mode for pictures. On the remote, you have a lot more functionality with the controls. You can change the resolution of the photos. You can freeze the frame, hold it while you do something. I think you can go black-white. You can go negative. You can adjust the brightness of the screen. So like I'll turn that down. And to me, that looks really dark, but that probably actually looks better for you all without having the screen backlit as much. We can change the sharpness. We can also zoom in even more. And let's zoom back out. And you can also change the effective, the exposure value, EV exposure value. Now, if you go into the settings, as we're saying, you can change the resolution that you're looking at. And when you're in the photo or the video mode, there's different options here when you go to the menu. So you can change the exposure in here. You can tell it to record audio on or off, date stamp on or off. We can go back out of this. Let's switch mode to the photo mode. Now, a lot of the functions on the remote are kind of locked out once you've gone to photo mode, like zooming in. You can't do anymore, but you can zoom in while in the video mode and then switch to the photo mode. I don't fully understand why that is, but that's just part of the way that's set up. So if you go into the menu while in the photo mode, you got different settings, more options for resolution, options about quality, sharpness, you can change in here, white balance, exposure still, anti-shaking on or off. So lots of settings. I want to go back to the video mode, and I want to put some different coins in here. The coins, in my opinion, that this is really, really good for is like Spanish coins. And of course, we're zoomed way in. Let me show you the coin that we're going to look at before we put it under there. So there's una peseta from Spain. And in this little star up here above the una, it says the year that this coin was made. And so we want to look at that year. Right there. So that's super easy to see that that's a 79. Don't have to strain my eyes, don't have to get a loop out. Very easy. I think this is going to be really useful also for looking at like varieties on some coins. Like a while back we were talking about the half pennies from Great Britain and the very minute little changes on them, or looking at something like a doubled date on a coin. Is going to be really useful with this device. I can set up right here. I don't have to go into the other room where I have my computer. I can work on it right here in my room where I have my coins. Really happy with this thing. I know this video is run a little bit long, and there's probably a lot of questions people have about this device that I haven't answered, but I hope you enjoyed going through this and having kind of a review of kind of some of the functionality of this device, but also what it's useful for, and from my perspective, in coins. And just to summarize, I think it's really useful for looking at very small details on coins, for comparing coins for different varieties, and also for minute errors in coins. So for example, if I was looking at two half cent coins and I wanted to compare where something lines up, or on this coin, like where does this star point line up between two of these denticles or towards one of them, I could take a photo of this one, capture the photo, and then put the second coin under there and compare the two to each other. But hope this was enjoyable to you all. Appreciate you watching, supporting my channel. Hope to see you all next time, and hope you're all doing well. Have an excellent day.